Hello everybody and welcome to round 4 of the Junior Rally Championship here at Weeton in Blackpool. Peter Bennett's had a great start to the season and he finds himself leading the championship. However, he has a charging Zach Hughes and Josh Smackerly on his tail today. So let's go down to the start line and see how the action unfolds. Leading the drivers away was Josh Smackerly. After winning the last 2 rallies comfortably, Josh is looking forward to a third win on the bounce. However, setting the early pace in the opening stages was championship leader Peter Bennett. The Northern Irishman seemed very at home in the different services of this rally. Making another trip down from Scotland was Finley Retson. Finley would put in some competitive times in the opening stages to place himself in the top half of the leaderboard. Llewellyn Tyndall would struggle slightly in the opening couple stages of the rally, however he was only a few seconds behind the podium places. Tom Llewellyn, currently sitting second in the championship, made a typically strong start in the opening stages and would find himself only 1 second behind Finley Retson. Zach Hughes had been very lucky in getting an entry list to this rally after being put on the reserve list. Zach would put in some excellent times at the start of the opening stages to place himself in the top 3. Tom Rawlings was making his first appearance in his new Peugeot 107, but disaster on the first stage as he went wide on a corner and got stuck on the bank and would have to officially retire from the rally. The RPS team with James Hall had done an amazing job to get the car rebuilt after the previous roll. Brake problems would cause James to lose time in the opening couple of stages though. Riley Banks was also looking to continue his improvements as he gained more experience in the car and would set some decent times in the opening stages. Eddie Lewis made a good start, however a slight mistake on the second stage and dropping down the order. After making an appearance at Coventry Motorfest, Alex Holliday was quick out of the blocks and was easily the fastest biker in the rally, and also halfway up the table. And 12 seed Adam Ripper is one of the only 3 drivers entered to finish all 3 rallies so far this season. So Peter, you're going into stage 3 as the leader. How's stage 3?
It's good. We're a bit untidy, but nothing that we can't fix.
And finally, obviously going into the stage ahead, what's the hope for this event?
Well, next stage we're going to improve upon our time, but hopefully we'll keep this position. I think we took another one off Josh in that stage, so it's tight.
So Ewan, we're just on stage 3. How did you find it?
Yeah, the stages are getting better as they go on. It's my first time at this venue and it's very, very hard to pick up, but all good stages, yeah.
Yeah, stage 3 was good. There's a few nice changes in there, and yeah, stage 2 we had a bit of a problem with steering. Came loose on the bracket and hit the floor, like, so, you know, just rallying, nothing we could do about it. So push harder now this afternoon.
Yeah, that stage was really good. It was a bit quicker than the last one. There was a couple of long corners. Yeah, it was obviously they changed a few bits of the stage, and I was a bit cautious on the first lap round, but second lap round was good. I lost a little bit of time catching the car, but you know, it's a couple of seconds, nothing major.
James, just on stage 3, I heard you've been having a bit of a problem with your brakes as well after the rebuild, so how's everything been going?
Yeah, we had a brake change during the break. Stage 1 and 2 we had some problems with the brake, but we seem to have got them sorted for stage 3 now. We went really well on that stage.
Good. It's quite bumpy stages, but there's a few rocks in places, but pretty quick. That felt quick. Didn't make any major mistakes, so hopefully it was a quick time, and hopefully maybe able to get 8th in the next few stages.
Yeah, it was alright. We had a bit more power this time. We lost a cylinder, didn't have it on the last stage, so yeah, we went better, yeah.
And how's the rally been going so far?
Yeah, it was alright. We're a bit slow to start off, but we feel like we're picking up the pace now.
It's going quite well. We're improving as the day goes on. Our pace is getting better, but we're aiming to finish again as always, and I think we're on target to do that so far.
So you're now 3 stages into your first ever rally in your new Peugeot. How have you been finding it?
Yeah, really good. Just felt loads better than on the second run round. Not very good on the first, but hopefully we can improve through the day.
We'll take that off and batter it straight because it'll protect it.
So as we look at the leaderboard after the 3rd stage, Peter Bennett has a 5-second advantage over Josh McAleen in 2nd, with Hughes, Retson and Llewellyn closely followed behind. Josh McAleen set out on stage 4, trying to close the gap to Peter Bennett, but despite his best efforts, he would be a further second behind him after stage 5. Peter Bennett seemed to be relishing the change in surfaces and extended his lead at the top. Vinnie Retson would continue to push and would keep up the pressure on 3rd place Zach Hughes. After making some setup changes, Ewan Tinder was now back on the pace and started to close the gap to the leaders. Tom Llewellyn continued to post competitive times, however he kept slipping a few seconds back each stage. We're in car now with Zach Hughes, as he has Josh McAleen just up ahead of him. Zach would have a big moment coming into the gravel area, but he would hold it together and set the fastest time on stage 5. James Hall was now on top of his braking issues and was doing everything possible to catch Alex Holliday ahead of him. Riley Banks' improvement would continue as he and Eddie Lewis battled it out for 7th place. Alex Holliday continued to impress in his micro. New Welsh karting champion Tom Rawlings would keep running and set one of the quickest times in stage 5, showing how competitive he is in his new car. As the drivers lined up for stage 6, the weather took a turn for the worst and it started to rain, making the conditions very difficult for the drivers.
100, caution, right 3, left 3.
Okay, I'm going to start being gentle now, it's getting wet.
Kink, left, right, left 1 tightens.
Josh McAleen would put in a quick time in the rain and would find himself leading the rally after stage 6. This is the moment that Peter Bennett dropped from first to second in the rally. With this mistake at a tight corner, it would cost him about 20 seconds on the stage. This was where Zach Hughes was ready to pounce, as he seemed to find more pace than all the other drivers, and would find himself in joint second position, 1 second behind Josh McAleen in the lead. Also feeling at home in the wet was Finley Retson, who would find himself closing the gap to the leaders. Llewellyn Tyndall was also flying, but would lose time on stage 6 with the back wheels. Tom Llewellyn was another driver with faultless driving in wet conditions. James Hall got to show off his drifting prowess with his great save and tight left. Alex Holliday continued to charge in his trusty micro. Riley Banks would make up a lot of ground on James Hall in stage 6, taking 6 seconds away from him. Adam Ripper also coped well in his first drive in the wet. Looking at the leaderboard halfway through shows that Josh McAleen has a 9-second advantage over Peter Bennett and Zach Hughes, who are tied in second. Finley Retson, Llewellyn and Tyndall are tightly grouped together in the battle for 4th place. Alex Holliday continues to be the leading micro as the drivers head into the second half of the rally. So as you can see here at the halfway stage, the weather has taken a turn for the worst. This is going to make the track a lot more greasy, so it's going to be a lot more tough for the drivers. So let's go back down to the action and see how this continues.
Josh McAleen's lead at the top of the leaderboard was going to be short-lived, however, as on stage 7 he clipped a curb on the second corner, damaging his rear wheel. Co-driver Tommy McAleen would change the tyre, allowing them to continue on the stage. However, as the team had received outside assistance from their pit crew, they would later be excluded from the rally and not score any points. Peter Bennett could clearly see that Josh was out of the rally and would push on hard to try and regain the lead. Finley Retson took an unusual approach to the rain not hitting his windscreen, but he was able to continue without losing too much time. Llewellyn Tyndall was now getting the hang of things and was setting some excellent times as he would move up to 4th position. Unfortunately for Tom Llewellyn, a mistake on stage 8 causing damage to the rear suspension would lose him over 30 seconds and further away from the battle for the podium places. Zach Hughes has set unbelievable times in stages 6 and 7 to open up a 21-second lead at the top. James Hall was finding it difficult in the wet conditions and was slipped further behind Riley Banks and Alex Holliday. Adam Ripper continued to drive each stage without fault or incident. So as the drivers compared notes on the tricky conditions, let's take a look at the leaderboard after 8 stages. Zach Hughes now has a 30-second lead over Peter Bennett. The withdrawal of Josh McAleen moves all drivers up a place, and Llewellyn Tyndall overtakes Tom Llewellyn for 4th. Tom Llewellyn's crew would do their best to repair the damage to the rear suspension and get him out for stage 9, where he would set one of the best times off this stage. Zach Hughes continued to set the pace in the wet conditions to further extend his lead. Peter Bennett would continue to push as he continued to have misting problems with the front windscreen. Finley Retson continued to nibble his way at the gap between himself and second place Peter Bennett. Llewellyn Tyndall pushed as hard as he could to try and catch the Flying Scott Finn in 3rd place. Over stages 8, 9 and 10, James Hall would set some great times moving further up the leaderboard. Alex Holliday continued to be the leading micro, but he would lose time to the rest of the field on stage 9. Riley Banks' karting experience would come in very handy as he would close up the gap to Alex Holiday. Eddie Lewis and Adam Ripper would continue to gain valuable wet experience without making any mistakes on these stages.
Right, so Zach, we're going into the final stage and you're in a commanding position. I mean, not to jinx you, but surely got to be happy with how today's been gone.
Yeah, we had a slower start in the morning. We lost a bit of time to Peter and Josh, but we closed the gap after the morning stages, and then obviously Josh had his accident, and Peter slowed down in the wet, and we sped up in the wet. So we leapfrogged both of them, and now we're in the lead by over 40 seconds going into the last stage. So the plan is to not go slow, but don't take any risks.
Right, Tom, going into the final stage, how do you think this ride's gone for you?
Yeah, it's gone alright. We had a good morning. Made a mistake, stage 7 I think it was, and we bent the rear beam, so we lost a few places, but we're getting back up again now.
And what's the plan for the final stage?
Keep it on the road and bring her home.
Okay, so Alex, going into the final stage, leading Micra. It's been a good rally for you.
Yeah, really good. A couple of issues on the past few stages, but only minor. Sorted now, so yeah, hopefully a good last stage.
Has it been fun throwing the car about in the wet?
Yeah, trying to keep as straight as possible, as it's been throwing itself around more than I wanted, but yeah, really good fun. I love the wet. So.
Due to the poor weather conditions, the rally had been reduced from 12 stages to 11. This meant that as they started stage 11, all that Zach needed to do was go around this stage without any mistakes. Surely bad luck couldn't strike him again. Peter would unfortunately sustain the punch on the final stage, dropping him to 3rd position. Taking advantage of this was Finley Retson, who jumped from 3rd to 2nd. Ewan gave it everything he had and would finish the rally in 4th place, but collect 3rd championship points. Tom Llewellyn had to withdraw from the rally due to the damage he sustained on the suspension earlier. A mistake by James Hall in the last stage would demote him down to 7th place behind Alex Holiday and Riley Banks. Alex Holiday would finish the day as top Micra in an impressive 5th position, just ahead of Riley Banks, James Hall, Eddie Lewis and Adam Ripper. A flawless final stage would mean Zach Hughes comes home with a commanding win of this rally and take his first win of the season. Zach Hughes wins here at Weeton. Finley Retson narrowly scrapes past Peter Bennett for 2nd, Ewan Tyndall comes home in 4th, and Alex Holiday tops the Micras once more in 5th. Riley Banks, James Hall, Edward Lewis and Adam Ripper round out the finishers.
Okay, so Zach, we are 4 rounds into the championship now. It's been a long, hard surge for a win. You were so close at Rosskirk, and it's finally come to you.
Yeah, we've waited all season for this. Yeah, it was about perfect day, to be honest. I made no mistakes, so really happy with how today went.
Now, of course, I talked to you before the stage and your mindset before it all. How did the stage actually go for you?
The stage was steadier than I expected, but we got round without any problems or any moments, so that was the main aim.
Finley, another round of the English Championship for you, and it's been another successful day.
Yeah, again, like the last round, we struggled to get in a good rhythm this morning. Just not being here before, we just needed to know our surroundings. But afternoon it started downpouring with rain, and it kind of suited me a bit better because I quite like the rain and a bit damp conditions. So yeah, it was all about just keeping nice and smooth, and a lot of folk were going off and making mistakes, so that's how we got our position. So yeah, it was a good day. Yeah.
It's been a very good and very consistent season from you so far, and it's been another good day today.
Yeah, it was a lot of seconds, so I still have to get that first, had one at Rosskirk, but another one would be nice.
Now, of course, you had a bit of a tough final stage with things not going 100% your way. Talk us through what happened.
Well, we came over a jump on the second loop, and we cut the jump, and I knew straight away once we landed there was a puncher, so there was, so we had to nurse that to the end, and it didn't cost us that much, but it cost us second place, but we still have second championship points. That's the bright side, I suppose.
You and the rallies are finished here. You came fourth overall, and of course with Finney not being registered, that's third in championship, so that's surely a good day out for you.
It was a good day considering it was wet. Well, I haven't been running good tyres all day, so it's been hard, and especially in the wet. But I'm very happy. Good points, and move on.
What was the most enjoyable stage in this rally?
Probably the last one. It was fast, really fast. It was the outside loop, which could carry good speed.
And of course, now then, you had your third at Rosskirk. It's been a good season for you so far.
Yeah, good season so far. Can only improve with a win. So we'll give that a good shot next time.
After 4 rounds of the championship table looks like this. Peter Bennett has a commanding lead over Ewan Tyndall, who has now gone up to second position. Tom Llewellyn drops down to third after missing on points here at this round, and a win for Zach Hughes puts him back towards the top of the championship. The juniors will be next in action at Solway Coast on the 7th of August.
So that wraps up the 4th round of the Junior Rally Championship here in Weeton in Blackpool. It's been another close and intense racing with a lot of curveballs and twists. Thank you very much everybody for watching, and I will hope to see you all next time. Goodbye.